All right. So I envy this gentleman. I'm confessing that I definitely envy this person. He is an ICF certified leadership coach, global learning strategist, AI neuroscience enthusiast, has around 2 decades of experience in leadership development, technology enabled learning, mindfulness based coaching, and currently he is heading the global learning solutions at PepsiCo. He pioneers the integration of AI, neuroscience, and behavioral science to deliver transformative and impactful learning experiences worldwide. I have to take a breather after this, and I welcome Mr. Amit Soni. Yeah. Amit is a panel for this year as well as Rohtas for this year. So we are trying to put in a perspective from Srikanth from the couple of years that he had, and the perspective from Srikanth and from Amit and Rohtas for how it is in this year. So the first question goes to you, Amit. Like when talking about the presentation quality, how do you see about the presentations? How well were they structured? Did they effectively communicate their key points?
So, I think there were around more than 15 presentations, and the important part was like the time. Even though you need to deliver the message on the right time, or while making sure that you're covering all the aspect of your like important pointers. So I feel that important element of any presentation when it goes with the flow, right? Like you need to make sure that your audience is a king with respect of whatever that information you're presenting at that level of like you need to present with the respective time and make sure that their message is also conveyed. So I can say that quality of the presentation for most of them was really good because they try to come up with that conclusion with the desired time frame. And of course, like I would love to acknowledge that like we kind of created that environment where they will be clearly notified that time, of course, and with the number of slides they had and how they can make sure that the right message has been communicated. And also, one apart from this, one specific element of that element of the graphics. Like I've seen some of the presenters were presenting the videos along with that audios, or like there are some of the images which is actually connecting very well with the topic and the outcome they were supposed to present that. So I think that is something which I can recall and sharing it here.
Thanks, Amit. Over here. So, Amit, have you seen any innovative approaches or unique solutions in the presentations?
Yeah, so I would love to connect that innovation approach with that impact what Rohtas was talking about. I think so. Innovation in learning is not about technology. It is not about like you just use blended learning and creating the learning solutions. It is not only that creation of using that fancy words like adaptive learnings or personalized learnings, AI in learnings, right? What it does matter is how actually you are able to create that impact in terms of the numbers, because you are here for doing some business or like creating some impact on that business. So in some of the examples which I can recall, I think one was very effective is when they started the whole presentation with that keeping in that mind of the business objective in the first place, and then designing the whole philosophy of the learning solutions into along that part. And I think it integrates with 2 or 3 areas. One is like, are you able to manage the data? I think we have listened to a lot of AI experts about talking about the data, because data is the key here. Business needs the data. So how are you aligning your programs with that? You're able to capture that pre and post assessment and relevancy of the data which connects with the business impact. That is number one. Number two is all about like, are you able to create that engagement in the learning? And I've seen a lot of presentations actually, and some of them are very, very passionate about their topic. And when you find that passion in your topic, sometimes you're passionate about the topic, but somewhere that missing element of that engagement. And one of two examples which I can recall is they are actually able to connect the topic with that audience mindset. Because you know the topic very well, but are you able to articulate that particular sense of that who is you're actually in the front of the audience? And I think I recall there is a sales person, like one of the person who's taking care of the training on the sales side of it, and they're directly sharing that result of, oh, we improved the sales from here to here. So at the end, what does it matter is for any learning solution, when we are talking about that innovation, we don't need to rely on what trends are happening right now, but what works well. So, like yesterday, I was coaching someone and I asked one of the question to that person, think about you remove all the technologies from your learning today. What is the best approach you will adopt today to make the learning more effective? You don't have any PowerPoint, you don't have any AI, you don't have any Zoom, you don't have anything, projector. What is the best approach? Now that person started rethinking about that old systems, like so innovation comes from there. And that person asked me the question, okay, you're asking this question, you remove technologies, but where I'm presenting, where I'm going to, whom I'm going to teach first? That is the first question, right? So most of the presentation actually, of course, the first thing, the target audience, that they were clear. And I've seen that some of the design thinking, one of the presentation, they're talking about designing the program specific to that audience itself. And every time they're designing the program, actually they are changing some kind of elements to the presentation as well. So that's something which I am able to recall some of those elements, and I feel that I think most of the presentation, as an average, if I can recall, I think most of them are doing very unique to their own ways. Which is not, I cannot like compare, oh, this was one better, this one was not better, but actually they were doing it actually connecting with their target audience, and that is how this innovation works at the learning. We need to make sure that we are learning with the right tools, technologies, process, everything into the place so we can generate some outcome.
But again, coming back to you, Amit, did you have any kind of experiences like what Shrikant and I have shared?
Yeah, I think this time the better thing was they've learned the lesson from the last time and they created the template. That was good, and I think I also like the framework they have set up, like the timeline. Sachin was keep reminding you have only 7 minutes and you need to, and even though they are not able to complete it, they are giving 1 additional minute. So it is really helping them to come prepared before the starting of the presentation. And when we say the data, I think I just wanted to correlate what Shrikant is saying about specifically data and connecting with that story. So nowadays in the business, right, like very popular skill is storytelling with data. And that's like very, very, very demanding right now, because you need to share what's there in the slides right now. And one thing which probably is stand out, like when you put too many information, the long paragraphs in the screen, right? Just to wanted to convey your message or people should be reading it. Forget about we are reading it. We are just listening, because we are working in two minds. One is listening to you and watching that screen. So always remember, right? Like one kind of advice, probably when you should go for the next time for participating, keep less data on the slide and more you speak with connecting the data. Because sometimes what happens is you lost, or you read the data here and you listen to you here and there, it goes continuously, right? So that is something which I've observed. Couple of presentation was very good. They use a lot of images, some kind of pictures, like they are creating that impact, some kind of classroom sessions, they are doing it, online sessions, Zoom pictures, versus putting everything on the slide on the written format. So that is something which I just wanted to call out specifically when I see a couple of presentations was more detailed. I know you are very passionate about your topic. I know what you're doing it. But is that they're thinking that people is going to read in just 7 minutes all of your slides? Just ask this question to yourself, right? And this will help you to answer and prepare the next time, which is more effective way to present. Because you are there to present, not to share the slides to the jury members.